Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's talk about reality. Do you live in reality? How would you know? You hold truth as a value. You think you follow truth. I think in order to live in truth, we have to have a certain open mind. An open mind to scary stuff, because truth can be scary. And I think a lot of people deny the truth because of fear. I think fear can be a filter that distorts your perception of the world. How many of you out there are living in fear and you don't even realize it? That your fears could be distorting your perception of the world, and therefore you're not even living really in reality. We're not all living in the same reality because we all have different beliefs, and our beliefs affect our perception. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine this weekend about technology. I guess I've done a little more research than him on this, although I'm no expert. We were talking about quantum computers. And it's very hard for me to explain what a quantum computer is. So if you don't know, you may have to Google it. Nonetheless, I was trying to explain to my buddy what a quantum computer is, at least from my understanding, and it is very confusing. And he had never heard of it before, had never heard of the term before, but he does consider himself to be a tech person, and he has a job in the tech field. He sits at a desk and works on a computer all day. So me, a motorcycle mechanic, trying to tell a tech person about quantum computers just didn't seem to make sense, and he rolled his eyes and thought I was just making up conspiracies, like as if I'm listening to Alex Jones too much. Said it was all complete bullshit. Well, thank God for Google. Used to sit around and debate what's true and what's not, and people would end up yelling and screaming. This is what most bars would look like. You go to a dive bar on a Friday night and you see two idiots yelling over whether the, Detroit Red Wings won the '74, cup or not. You just Google it. So I Googled it, gave him the proper definition of quantum computing, and told him that there were at least 20 quantum computers in existence right now. Just some brief facts from Google. And I could tell as I was talking to him about this and revealing that these actually existed currently. And this is a field that he feels pretty confident in, that he thinks he knows about. That it was making him confused, it made him angry. He didn't have this curiosity of, oh wow, that just sounds so wild. What you were explaining was so far out, man. It sounded like some kind of stuff off Star Trek. I didn't know that was real. No, it made him angry. Caveman angry. Fear of fire angry. I was talking with another guy about a similar topic. We're at the gym and we're talking about nanotechnology, nanobots. And I was telling him about how this is currently being developed and that nanobots are real. It's not theoretical. It's not something that we're planning on in 50 years. This is happening now. And within, a decade, nanotechnology is going to explode on the commercial market. And it's going to have profound effects in medicine and all kinds of other things. And he just thought this was such incredible bullshit. And I could tell as I was talking to him about this as a truth. That's what pissed him off. It wasn't the idea that microscopic robots could be injected into your bloodstream. Oh, no. What got him upset was that it's true. Again, thank God for Google. didn't believe it, and he got pretty angry, like instantly angry, that I would suggest that nanotechnology exists or that it's anything other than Hollywood science fiction. So we Googled it. Nanotechnology does exist. It may be in its infancy, but it is a real thing. And it's not that I just like to prove that I'm right. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's just interesting to me about how people deny truth. And even when it's exposed to them, they have a hard time accepting it. So it turns into, well, maybe Google's a liar. What source are you checking? Oh, really? You're on a scientific website. Well, don't you know that all scientific research is done by corporations and therefore has an agenda? So anything that you read is most likely propaganda and bullshit. This is what I'm being told in order to justify his truth, which goes against the real truth. How often do we justify our truths against real truth? How much do we play this game of tennis, trying to bat real truth away so we can protect our little bubble, our little safe little world where we feel in control? This just makes me think about myself. If I have friends that do this, that want to be blind to what's going on in the world, they would rather not know, get angry and get to a point where I don't want to talk about this anymore. You ever get to this point with somebody like that where they just have to shut it down? It's too much for their comprehension, too much for their world. Their world is crumbling as you're talking, and they're going to defend their fantasy land. Their Disney movie is more real to them than your reality. And I wonder if I do this too. If we all have areas that we're literally tricking ourselves with fantasies, with conspiracies, with untruths, because we're too afraid to see what's really there. Maybe we're not ready yet. Why would we crumble because of the truth? Why is the truth so devastating? It's like a wrecking ball. Why can't we live just completely in a world of truth all the time? And a lot of us think that we are, until we get these walls that we put up where we start denying reality. This may happen on other topics, political topics, religious topics. Sometimes there's no amount of proof that will snap somebody out of their delusion, and you can lay it all out for them and just and force them to look at it and hold their head towards the screen and be like, look at it, read it, look, it's the truth. And they're still just going to be like, no. I just wonder if I do this also. You have to wonder about yourself. Thanks for watching.